This past week, Donald Trump got on Truth Social and announced that he would like to send the military into the city of Chicago to invade them because of vacant real estate. I'm not making that up. I'm not exaggerating. Donald Trump wants to deploy troops to Chicago because there are too darn many empty office buildings and shops in a mall that doesn't even exist. So the President of the United States, this demented man, wants to violate federal law by sending in the military because a mall that doesn't exist has vacant real estate. How are we not at the 25th Amendment right now? Like right this very second. Here's what Trump said on Truth Social. The Miracle Mile shopping center in Chicago, once considered our nation's best, now has a more than 28% vacancy factor and is ready to call it quits unless something is done about the murder and crime which is prevalent throughout the city. Call in the troops fast before it's too late, he said in all caps. The biggest problem, of course, is that the Miracle Mile shopping center doesn't exist. That's not a real thing. They do have a Magnificent Mile shopping center. And yes, there are stores that are vacant in there, just like any other mall in the country, because malls have been dying in America for about 10 to 15 years, maybe even a little bit longer, right? The heyday of the mall kind of started to fade out in the late 90s. So it's not just Chicago. But what happened is that our president, who I firmly believe is suffering from dementia, not even early stages dementia, we're talking about we're halfway into it at this point. But there was a report showing that there are a lot of office spaces in Chicago that are now vacant. But that report that talked about this did not mention the word crime at all, as Trump did. He's trying to blame it on something that it's not even being blamed on. In fact, the reason a lot of these office buildings or office spaces in Chicago and all over the country are going vacant now is because, and he should remember this because he was president, work has changed in the United States dramatically since the year 2020, and we all know why. A little thing called COVID. Everybody ended up having to work from home, at least for some portion of that. And once a lot of workers got a taste for that, and once businesses realized, hey, we actually don't have to pay for office space if everybody can work remotely, it saves us a lot of money. Productivity went up when people were working from home. So let's not rent offices anymore. That's a waste. Now, some businesses absolutely said, oh, hell no, we're not doing that. Get your butt in here because the middle managers need something to do. But a lot of companies said, we're not going to go back to full-time. You've got to be present in person. That is not necessary. The workforce evolved from COVID. This mall in Chicago that does have some vacancies doesn't have vacancies because of crime. They have vacancies because more and more people are shopping online. It's quicker, it's easier, you don't have to leave the comfort of your house. So there's lots of different things happening. The changing nature of the workforce, the changing nature of the internet. But it's not crime. Chicago doesn't even crack the top 20, folks, of most crime-ridden cities here in the United States per capita. It doesn't. So all of these claims that Republicans have been telling us for years that Chicago is just overridden with crime, it's never been true. Is there crime in Chicago? Yes. Is there crime in my tiny little Florida panhandle town? Hell yeah. A lot of it. I can't go to our local news website any given day without seeing a report of either some kind of violent assault or straight up murder. Like every day. It happens. It happens everywhere, unfortunately. But overall, as a country, crime is going down. But Trump needs crime to go up because otherwise he can't justify his fascist takeover of American cities. So he creates a fake report with fake statistics about a fake mall to try to justify sending in the U.S. military to level the city of Chicago. Scientists recently discovered a new evolutionary trait in puppies, and it's that they cannot grow up and reach their full potential unless you subscribe to this channel. Don't do it for me, folks. Do it for little Atlas and Judge here. Good boys. You do good. You want to say something? No? Okay.